are for people, yeah. The pavements are for people. The pavements are for people, yeah. The pavements are for people. Pavements are for people, yeah. The pavements are for people. Pavements are for people, yeah. The pavements are for people. Get their feet out on the street, 'cause the pavement's the place where people meet, where every pedestrian has the right to walk without question day or night. Hard of hearing, disabled or blind, out of sight is and out of mind, moving in their own direction as they need protection from a painful connection. Just imagine what it feels like to be this ball, being beaten and bashed about from one obstacle to another, with no choice in the matter. Imagine if life was like that, facing countless hazards and obstacles every time you left the security of your own home. But if you're blind or partially sighted, that's exactly what it's like every time you go out. To go to work or shopping or down the pub, just for a walk. There are 6 million disabled people in this country, together with over 1.5 million who can't see to read print. Our pavements were built for pedestrians to walk safely, and blind and disabled people have the right to move along any street at any time, just like everyone else. And yet accidents occur every day on our pavements because of hazards and obstacles. The National Federation of the Blind has launched the Get Streetwise campaign to fight for the creation of a safer and better planned environment for everybody, especially blind, partially sighted, disabled and elderly people. It's ironic, really. Those who can't see are being put at risk by those who... It's bad enough you can see, but just imagine what it's like if you can't. A straight walk down the high street can turn into a nightmare. Shopping can also be a nightmare for those who find it difficult to see or walk or hear. Anything left on the pavement outside a notice on orders should be kept at regulation height out of harm's way. Shop entrances and exits should be accessible for everyone at all times, preferably level for wheelchairs and prams. If there are steps, the edges should be colour contrasted for partially sighted people. And shopping trolleys belong inside shops, not abandoned on the pavement, or in the middle of flower beds, or in ponds, where most of them seem to end up. Do you drive a car, or a van, or a lorry? Do you know what a nuisance it can be when you park on the pavement, even for a few moments while you dash off to buy a newspaper or post a letter? For one thing, you're creating yet another unnecessary obstacle, possibly causing injury, certainly causing danger and difficulty for blind pedestrians, even if they have a guide dog. People in wheelchairs, on crutches or walking frames, parents pushing prams, they all have a right to be on the pavement. And yet you may force them out into the road to compete with fast-moving traffic. And another thing, repeated parking on the pavement causes damage. Paving stones get cracked and broken, increasing the risk that people will fall and injure themselves, particularly elderly and disabled people, including people with hidden disabilities such as arthritis. And it really is the thin end of the wedge. 2 wheels blocking a few inches for a few minutes today, a whole vehicle blocking the pavement for a few hours tomorrow. I know you must leave room for fire engines or ambulances to get past. Well, if leaving room for traffic on wheels means obstructing pedestrians, you should find somewhere else to park and give us back our pavements. Another common cause of street accidents to blind and disabled people is holes. However large or small, holes left unguarded or poorly marked can cause a nasty accident. Holes are the pits. Many blind and elderly people have fallen down unguarded holes and suffered severe distress and injury as a result. Any work on the pavement should be guarded securely and illuminated day and night. Care should also be taken not to pile sand or rubble on the pathway, or to leave workmen's tools lying about where someone could trip over them. And when the work is complete, pavements should be left level and free of obstruction. Other hazards, such as ladders and scaffolding, should be brightly coloured and securely protected. Walking into an overhanging tree can be a frightening and painful experience. And walking from a rose bush or in a sleepy plant in and after rain, a collision with such a plant can result in a startling and extremely squelchy shower. So, if your garden borders a path or pavement, please keep all foliage safely trimmed back. And if you own a dog, please don't allow it to mess on the pavement. It's extremely nasty and could cause an accident. Train it to use the gutter. Pavements are for people to go about their business, not your dogs. Because when it comes down to it, pavements aren't toilets, or car parks, or obstacle courses. Pavements are for people. For everybody to walk safely and surely about their everyday lives. Blind people have enough to cope with. Don't make matters worse by blocking the pavement unnecessarily. If you're a motorist or a shopkeeper or a policeman or a traffic warden, or you dig holes for a living, please help to make the pavement safer for everybody. If you work for a local authority or public utility company, or if you're a builder or a civil engineer, then you have a responsibility under the Streetworks Act to keep our pavements safe in your area. Look out for potential problems and act to prevent accidents. If you see a disabled or blind person in difficulties, do offer to help. Our pavements should be kept clear and accessible to everyone. Get Streetwise. Give us back our pavements.